Hello and welcome back to the KinoKast, episode 2 here. Today we are joined by GhostGum. He is a YouTuber who covers everything from Discord mods, Reddit mods, to, well, fake medicinal cures. And speaking of fake medicinal cures, GhostGum, after you introduce yourself, would you mind telling us a little bit about what you had to cut out of your latest video?
So Kino and I, we were talking pre-show, and I was telling him how for that part with the jelly juice, and for those of you who don't know, jelly juice is just like shit juice. It's like enema juice, right? So you drink it and you shit a ton. That's the whole point of it. And for that video, if you look that up, it's very hard to look up jelly juice without finding pictures of shit. And what people do is like they'll, go on these Facebook groups and post pictures of the shits they have, being like, look at the cleanse I'm going through, like, look at all this stuff. So, you look up like jelly juice and you get articles on it and stuff, and it's really hard to go without finding a picture of someone posting their shit, which is usually just kind of a brown slop by the end of it, really, or like, toilet paper covered in just fucking watery shit.
So, speaking of shit, I want to ask you a question. Have you seen Sallow? And if so, what's your review of it?
So Kino, when Kino and I first got talking, one of the first things he said to me was like, "Oh, I'm working on this Sallow video," and I was like, "Oh, okay, like, sick." I'd heard of the movie, but I'd never seen it. So then I was like, you know what? I'll give it a watch. I didn't really plan on it. So when I watched it, I was not expecting what it was. I knew kind of the general concept, but I didn't really know, like, what it gets into. And so I was eating a meal while I was watching it, and it got to the part 3, which is the circle of shit, where they put shit on a barbecue and serve shit to everyone to eat. And I was, it was fucking disgusting. It was like those old... It reminded me of those like old shock websites you used to go on the internet, like 2 Girls, 1 Cup, like One Man, One Jar, the classics, It reminded me a lot of that.
However, if you watched my video, you would know that the shit was actually very philosophical, and it needed to be there. The shit eating was really a staple of the film.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I first watched Sallow. It's not a joke though. Like, when I first watched Sallow, I was like, bro, this movie's like, I don't get it at all. It's just gross. Like, I thought it was like, like a Serbian film where it's just a shock movie, right? But after I watched your video, I was like, oh no, like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I see what Pasolini was going for and stuff like that. It wasn't just like, some shock movie like what was a Green Elephant?
Yeah, the Green Elephant. Yeah, that was
something awful like that.
Yeah, that one wasn't. That one was just silly. But we're not really going to be talking about shock films here, guys. Today we're talking about anime because, Oki is a weeb. GhostGum and I are both sort of neo-weebs, or I guess we're new to becoming weebish. And Oki, of course, if you want to say hi, the co-host of the KinoKast.
I was about to say, it wasn't my choice to cover this film. I am a weeb, but it was, I was going to ask, GhostGum, are you a weeb? Like, you chose this, or like Kimi no Naiwa, or whatever it's called.
Kimi no Nawa, you fucking
yeah, exactly. So, like, okay.
Fake weeb.
So, what's going on with you, GhostGum? Are you into the anime?
Listen, man, I was not into... I was into anime as a kid. Like, I would read manga at, like, my school library and watch, like, Naruto and Pokemon and stuff. But then, like, as I got older, it was like, oh, bro, anime's so cringe. Like, I was really into sports in high school and stuff. So I was like, no, I don't watch that. I don't watch that shit. And then, like, recently when the pandemic started, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm going to give some of these shows a go that I never gave a chance before. And, bro, I just got fucking obsessed. Like, I was just watching so many shows and movies and stuff like that. And so, I don't know. It's like, I would be hesitant to say weeb, but maybe, like, soon to become,
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was the same. The pandemic, I sat down and I watched, like, Death Note and Evangelion.
Bro, me too.
Yeah.
I watched Death Note. I was like, because I'd heard so much about it, and I watched it. I was like, bro, that is, like, one of the fucking most awesome things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was really super cool. Now, I had seen, like, the anime movies before, but I hadn't seen a lot of the shows. So the pandemic, I was able to sit down and watch some of the shows.
Recently my 13-year-old cousin got into it, and I bought her a Death Note replica notebook.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
that's such a sick gift.
Yeah, she's really, and it looked cool too. I was surprised how it wasn't too expensive, but it looks pretty cool.
That's pretty sick. That's a good gift, I think, because that anime is so fucking good. My only problem with it is the ending. The last 10 episodes were kind of meh. I thought they were good, but not I just wish it kind of ended a little differently. Other than that, it's amazing. Man,
I also gave her all my fucking Death Note manga from fucking 2004 or whatever, and that shit's out of print. Apparently, I guess halfway because of COVID. But anyway, what's up,
guys? Can you stop with the language? This is a children's channel.
Fuck off.
Shit. Fuck. Cunt. Pussy.
Yeah, the channel's not even monetized yet, so who cares?
Are we not supposed to swear on this? Or?
I mean, I didn't make any rules. I just like to tell people language. I just like to be holier than thou sometimes. Mm-hmm. Even if
Can I say the word? Can I say the word?
Okay, you say the fuck
bleep
word?
Whatever. Put a bleep after what I said. Can I say and then you can leave it up to interpretation there. I think it'd be funny.
Yeah, I'm going to say... I'm going to put a bleep there, and I'm going to cut to this. Ghost Gum, you're going to get canceled on Twitter for saying that. You know that you can't say the N-word.
Bro, people are actually gonna think that's what happened.
No,
okay, I am genuinely autistic, I guess, because I don't know if you don't want us to swear, right?
No, I don't care. I was just
okay. All right.
Just
joking. Leave all that in. Leave all that. Yeah. Don't edit any of that.
Confused.
Just leave everything.
I'm am I not allowed to swear?
Leave all of it in.
No, I was just fucking with you. No, so we were talking about how we're watching these anime shows on Netflix or on Crunchyroll or whatever during the pandemic. But this movie that we're going to talk about on this podcast, I actually saw it in the cinema, and that is Satoshi Kon's 1997 masterpiece, Perfect Blue. And fun thing to know about this anime is that actually it originally was not going to be an anime. It was going to be a live-action movie until investors pulled out, I think during pre-production.
There was an earthquake of the studio that they that was planning to produce it, and then that's how Satoshi Kon got it, and it was his first feature, as in anime feature.
I actually didn't know that. That's really fucking interesting.
Yeah, and so when you watch it, especially think of it in terms of 1990s anime, because it makes sense in terms of that mid to late 90s anime, because Evangelion had come out, and so then it was all you can make anime weird and psychological and all this sort of stuff. But when you do watch the film, it still does feel like a live action movie. You can see it as being a live action film.
It feels like a Hitchcock or a De Palma movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say it doesn't feel like an anime. It is an anime, but it's not I guess anime at the time. Not apart from Evangelion. It still feels so different from all those. It really feels like, I don't know. You could show this movie to someone who hates anime, and they'd still be like, "Yeah, that was fucking awesome."
Yeah, exactly. And you said De Palma. It kind of reminds me of his movie Sisters. I don't know if you've ever saw that one.
Oh, yeah, so long ago, though. But I barely remember that movie. But yeah, it's just all of those 80s Hitchcock movies are a lot of the shit that De Palma did, that kind of the whole idea of multiple personalities, which I don't know if you could say is true or not in this film, but at least for the main character.
I'd say it's true. All right,
yeah.
So we're going to... Okay, so if you guys haven't seen Perfect Blue, I mean, we're going to get into spoilers, I think, pretty much right away.
Okay, yeah. We're allowed to spoil? Okay, yeah. So for the agent character or whatever, I guess, is what you realize that she has kind of some sort of multiple personality schism. And I guess the main character, this is like one of the flaws in the movie that like I've never. The first time I watched it, I wasn't able to get over it, and like even now, it's just like I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to take away from. Is she having the mental breakdown, or did the agent have the mental breakdown? And was everything happening to the main character caused by the agent like fucking with her or something? Because But anyway,
yeah.
So but yeah, it felt very much
mixed.
like a De Palma.
I think
Hitchcock
the
80s
agent
movie.
is fucking with her because there's that one scene in the movie where her bedroom gets like completely rotated after the agent had been in there, and it's like where she thinks she's losing her mind, and I think it like kind of pairs on the duality of her being a pop idol and an actress, right? And she wants to get into more serious things. So she's kind of like her whole life is twisting and rotating in a different direction. And the agent is like, no, I don't want that. So she starts fucking with her. And I think that's kind of
But she's
why.
like starts missing days, and she has illusions. But then at the end of the day, it feels kind of like a Scooby-Doo moment where it's like, okay, mask off. We figured out who the bad person is. It's the agent.
I think, though, that there's more to it than just the agent being crazy. I think that the agent's character, right? She was a pop idol at some point, but she was like a failed pop idol, or or she had just gone past her prime. Obviously, she's fat. Now you're not gonna be a pop idol when you're fat. And then some people, might be saying, but what about that like lady that sang all about that bass? I mean, where is she now? Where is she now? Come on, tell me. Where is she now?
Lizzo, she's
like,
fucking huge.
I don't. Yeah, she's fucking
a fucking
huge,
whale, bro.
Yeah. No, I mean, but like, especially in Japan, right? Like, you have to be.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to be attractive.
And for the time too. It came out in the 90s, like for sure.
You have to be attractive. You have to be virginal. That's another big part of this film. Is, she's really. People in the West might not get this as much, because you'll see like a pop idol do like some nude photo shoot or something like that, and no one really thinks much of it. But people in like Japan are very, they care a lot more about like modesty and virginity and things like that.
Purity,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and so when a J-pop star, people find out that they have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, it actually causes some scandal.
That happened. I don't remember who. I think she was a K-pop idol, but like same kind of what's it called thing. But like she came out, she had a boyfriend. I don't remember her name now, but she has to actually apologize and then like say that no, it was a misunderstanding. Like, I'm sorry, it didn't happen, even though she did. Have that boyfriend.
Did you guys see the J-pop star who? She apologized after they found out, and she cut her hair off.
No,
as part of the apology.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. Yeah. It was that intense.
Well, I feel like Japan has this culture of like, and maybe to Korea to some extent too, of like being aware of people around you and, kind of not going to them for an opinion, but like, being respected by people around you. Like, it's very important. So I think those idols just take it to an extreme, it takes that and kind of almost like Flanderizes it in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time. Go on.
I was going to say, I grew up in, an Asian community. All my friends growing up were Vietnamese or Korean or Japanese. And I can tell you about I would say the Japanese more so than like the Koreans cared about their virginity and cared about modesty and those sorts of things. And especially if they wanted to have respect, or especially if they're from more like respectable families. If people knew that maybe they weren't virgins or something like that, it would... You know what I mean? It would look bad on them for social perceptions, and and that seems to be a lot more important in Japan, and that does play a big role in this film, because a part of what causes her fans to leave her and what causes her to have this breakdown is to have this opening up of her sexuality in public.
Right. There's that scene. Well, it is like, I mean, there's a scene when she's an actress and she's like she's involved in like a rape scene.
Yeah.
And it's like really fucking intense. And you think like, you know, she used to be this, you know, very squeaky clean pop idol, going from that to this like, you know, and I know she's an actress, but still,
it goes
like,
from 1 to 10 really fucking quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's like doing like nude photographs like immediately. And she's so passive.
There's a lot of there's a
know.
lot of nudity in that movie, but like it's not all the same type of nudity. Like there is the, you know, the photo shoots and stuff that's supposed to be seductive, but then there's the shots of her like in her bath crying, you know, and it's expressed in two very different ways.
Well, I want to say this too. The movie's only 80 minutes long. So much happens in the film. Like, each scene is just like boom, boom, boom. You know, you're just like on to this next big thing with each scene. And with the rape scene too, what was really interesting about this, and I picked up on this more on my second watch than I did on my first watch. I think I might have picked it up on my first watch, but that was like years ago in the cinema, so I don't know. I can't really say, you know, I can't really speak to what I was thinking at the time. But the writer before says she's gonna have this rape scene, and in the series that they're filming, in the series or the movie, I think it was like it was a series, right? Like a crime show series, like Criminal Minds type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, judging by the cameras that they were drawing, those looked like TV broadcast cameras. Those weren't, you know, 35 millimeter cameras. So I'm guessing it was a series. So anyways, in this series, she's going to get raped at this like strip club by like a gang of people. And then she has this psychotic break. And what I thought was really interesting is how they filmed the rape scene, which is like making it seem real and then cutting out to the set and then going back to making it seem real and then cutting out to the set. And how after that, we as the audience and she as the actress, basically the series parallels her own life, where she has that psychotic break, or so she thinks, as a result of this rape scene. Which it could have been the talent manager who had the psychotic break and then started gaslighting her, you know, making her think that she was going crazy. But, you know, we can talk about that in due time. I mean, but it was really interesting that the stuff that she was shooting in the show, where she was an actress on, was paralleling her own real life to points where you would think that things were happening in her real life that were happening on the show, and vice versa. And it reminded me of David Lynch's movie Inland Empire a lot.
Oh,
right. I haven't seen that.
Never been able.
I know the premise.
To get through. It's like the one Lynch movie. It's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I've seen it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
Yeah, I really like Inland Empire.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta give that one a serious go. Anyway, so why did it remind you of that?
Well, because Inland Empire deals with an actress who is on a movie set and she's going crazy, and she can't really tell the difference between what is being filmed and what is her own real life. So in a way, it's a similar kind of story, where, you know, it's this sort of, I mean, Inland Empire deals with a curse and deals with, you know, a few other things, and obviously is a Western story, whereas Perfect Blue is a very Japanese story, rather than Western. But there are definitely some narrative and sort of character parallels between the two films. I think that they could be a good, like, double feature. I know a lot of people talk about Black Swan.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the most obvious comparison. Like Aronofsky, he bought the rights to this movie, he repurposed some scenes, and pretty much like the plot's very similar. Yeah, go on.
Even the main character of Black Swan is called Nina, and the main character of Perfect Blue is called Mima.
Yeah. There you go. So the whole idea of like loss of innocence, and then like the duality of a person, like the fractured personalities.
Have you guys seen any of other Satoshi Kon movies, like Paprika or
Yeah.
Millennium Actress? Or,
Yeah.
like, I feel like that's a theme in a lot of his movies. Like with Paprika, it's more like maybe not like black and white, but it's more obvious, like the dream sequences and then the real life, and they kind of blend together. I think this movie has a very kind of similar theme, except it's with, you know, her acting and then her real life, but also there's like the persona that people believe she is, kind of thing. It's this weird thing, and then the lines start to blur as the movie goes on, and it's like so confusing. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is it? Was really, I really threw me off.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to say too about being a celebrity in the internet age, because it deals a lot with the internet. And at this time, 1997, it was the advent of the internet, you know. And it's kind of funny how
It's even more relevant now.
Yeah, she at the beginning she doesn't even know what the internet is, and so it is kind of funny. It's maybe dated a little bit in this respect that Sumi has to essentially explain what the internet is to her. But when she gets on the internet and she goes into what's her name, Mami, like Mommy's room or whatever, or Mani's room. When she gets onto the website where it's basically like the diary that we come to find out is her manager running it,
Right.
telling her day-to-day life, you know, and she realizes that there's this person out there that's pretending to be her that, you know, is like a stalker, and it makes her completely paranoid, and that there's these people online that are so in love with her to a just to a dangerous extent. And I think that that's really true of a lot of people, like e-celebrities, you know, especially like really online people.
It did really feel, like a very early look at like parasocial relationships or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, you know, the funny thing in the beginning, like that her stalker, the guy. I don't know if he's supposed to be real, right? By the way,
They play with him being real and unreal, but I think he's supposed to be real.
I think he's supposed to be okay. So yeah, in the beginning, he fights the guys who are throwing cans at her.
Yeah.
And okay, so he does that, and then when she leaves the concert, she passes him without saying a word, and then like it cuts to his face, and he just looks shocked and saddened by the fact that she didn't even talk to him or acknowledge him whatsoever. After he saved the queen. After he sipped for her hardcore and saved the queen, she didn't even acknowledge him. You know,
She was cold. That pop star life.
Jeez, you know, and
dude, that's like Pokimane not shouting out her tier 3 subs.
Yeah, it was. It kind of felt like
meme,
that.
Like, you donate $100 and she doesn't say your name.
This guy's so obsessed with her purity, like to the point where he's like buying up every single magazine he can, just so people.
Yeah, and
don't...
there's a part where he's stealing them from other people, like he's grabbing them from other.
Yeah, he's just like he's just grabbing them from people. And it's like,
bro, he was the simp. He was the original simp.
Yeah,
just doesn't want to even believe that she would. That has to be a double. It's an imposter who took the form of her body, and how dare she have the agency to like take nude photos? Like, you know, it can't be you if that's the case. Like, it's just this very strange way.
Well, see, and that's the thing. He doesn't want to believe that this woman that he's held on this pedestal for, we don't really know how long, but this woman that he's held on this pedestal, that he's simped for, that he's white knighted for, he doesn't want to believe that she's the kind of woman that would agree to have nude photos taken of her. You know, and so the talent agent posing as him, you know, he gets into this parasocial relationship with a talent agent thinking it's the real version of, you know, the main character. And, you know, and obviously it's not, it's Sumi. And, you know, and then she even tells him, yes, that one is an imposter. Like, you have to get rid of her for me. So that's where it gets, you know, that's where it gets really fucked up, in my opinion, is that this one lady is pretending to be somebody else online and is then saying that the real person is the imposter, you know what I mean? And then causing dangerous consequences in real life as a result of that.
Yeah, that was something that didn't hit me until actually the second time I watched it. The first time I watched, I just thought the stalker guy was fake, I just assumed he was fake. But it is kind of an interesting thing to think that because she's her agent is obsessed with her, right? She wants to be her so badly, and so it's like two people have fallen in love with this fake persona through this parasocial relationship.
And I was getting her name wrong. It's Mima.
I was thinking, you were saying like mommy or something like that.
I was like, mommy's not right. Like I switched up the vowels there. It's Mima.
I was thinking of The Promised Neverland.
That's right. The first season of that's really good.
I'm just thinking.
Bro, I watched the second season. Oh my god, it's a fucking disaster. We don't have to get too into it, but it's a fucking disaster. The first season's amazing, but oh my god, the second season they fucked it up.
I just I can't get mommy milkers out of my head. What can I say?
I was about to say like I do like this movie. The first time I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's okay. This time I like it. I like it a bit more, but I do think it is kind of flawed in a way. I wish that they would have fleshed out the agent character a lot more. Even if they had scenes where it's just her like.
I think it's kind of implied obsessed. Though, like.
Yeah, there was some.
If it was longer and there was just more. To like,
I feel like they didn't want to give it away. I feel like he didn't want to give away because it is kind of a twist at the end, right?
It just felt like okay to me. Like I didn't care once like it was revealed. I actually even forgot that it was the agent character who was behind it all. It felt like it just felt just random and out of nowhere to me. And I was just like, I wish there was more that like set this up or even just like get rid of that whole twist. Just like make it about, like stick with the fact that like she's losing her fucking mind. And I felt like I was good with that.
They set it up at the beginning though. Like they do set it up at the beginning.
How do they when she cries during the rape scene or
No. They set it up before that when the other manager or agent, the man, is talking to her and about how she needs to go into acting, and they talk about how this woman agent was just like Mima before, and how she was a pop idol but went past her prime and everything like that. And it was implied that this, that Sumi was sort of like living vicariously through her, and you know what I mean, and really wanted her to keep it like that because she kind of wanted to relive her glory days in a sense.
Right, like she wasn't letting go of what
Rumi.
Yeah, like you said, like living vicariously through
I don't know.
Mima.
I mean, I'm fine with like not explicitly like saying it or whatever. I just felt like that was kind of like I guess even rewatching it now, I barely noticed them say that. It's just like it felt like kind of a throwaway line at the beginning of the movie.
But see, that's the thing. You gotta pay attention. Okay?
I was paying attention. It's just I don't know, man. It once like even when it was revealed, I was like, oh, dude, I totally forgot this happened. And this, it's not like it could be better if they just I don't know.
I just want to say this too, is I'm getting some of the names wrong on this. So I guess it's Rumi and not Sumi, and I'm probably pissing off a lot of people. Because I'm looking.
There's going to be a really angry comment.
Yeah.
This fucking Kino corner.
So
they're gonna try and kill you.
I think I'm going to like open this up. I think, I could open this up with an apology, or I could just, say, apologize now. And people who listen this far in, will know. But people who don't and they comment angrily underneath, I'll know. You know what? You guys aren't real fans. You didn't listen this far.
Dude, the other day, like I had some guy
kinographers
freak out. Like he's like, I watched 5 minutes of this, and it's like a 50-minute video, by the way. I watched 5 minutes of it. It's shit. And then he just left like a paragraph like dissecting the video. It's like, Dude, he watched
the first, not even the video, like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was like, dude, what the fuck is your problem?
Dude, I've had people that
bro.
I've had people that say that they like didn't watch my video, but they hated it anyways, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do about that?
I swear, isn't that a meme though? Like, isn't that a meme where it's like, this is the worst video I've ever seen, but then again, I didn't watch it. Like, I swear those are meme comments I see sometimes.
I had that. I think I had that on my live stream because I had it public for a little bit. I normally unlist my live streams like a day or two after. My live stream with Easy Peasy when we were making fun of Ben Shapiro's school shooter movie, and I had some people like,
I'm gonna have to go into this a bit.
yeah, I mean, there's a bit more. There's a lot more to it. But I had people commenting on it that were like, I don't have. I guess I know where your politics are now, Kino. I go, what?
Oh.
I didn't think and they're like, I didn't have to watch the video, but I know that I can unsubscribe now. And I'm like, I really don't care.
So
leave.
annoying.
If you don't like me making fun of a bad movie on a live stream, then leave. I don't know what else to tell you, you know?
Well, there's a word for it where people announce that they're leaving. It's like,
it's entitlement.
people used to do it.
Concern trolling?
Yeah, but there's this. I mean, that might be it. I think you might be right. But it's like where people give this huge ass thing, like, you know what? I'm done. Like, it was big. Like, I remember seeing it on like old forums and stuff like that. Like, I'm done with Call of Duty. Like, this game is so awful. The community is so toxic. It's like, I'm not playing this anymore. Like, people give a fuck, you know?
I had so many people, just like the last video I did, because I barely talk about politics in it. And people are just like, unsubscribe.
You don't.
People try and just bring that out of anything, though. They try and bring they try and kind of read you, and going back to Perfect Blue, it's like they think they know you, so it's like, oh, of course, Oki is a fucking whatever, radical centrist,
Yeah, I'm a radical centrist. That's what I tell everybody when they ask me about my politics. I'm an
anarcho-monarchist.
Yeah. I had one guy who's probably going to listen to this podcast get really obsessed. And this is parasocial thing, that Perfect Blue makes me think about, these parasocial relationships. Because at the end of the day, I don't really know any of my subscribers, and they don't really know me. I mean, the Kino Corner is, at the end of the day, it's a character. It's me, but it's not me at the same time. I guess on this podcast, it's more like me, but even then, I'm putting on a sort of affect or whatever.
Do you guys? Yeah. Do you guys get it where you get like DMs from someone trying to like match that person? Like, I get these sometimes where I get DMs from people trying to like match that persona in my video. They're like, you fucking piss, shit, and fart, bro, and I'm like, bro, I'm not, like, what the fuck? Like, it always weirds me out. But, like, if I get a DM from someone who's like, hey, man, like, some normal-ass DM, I'll be like, oh, yeah, thanks, Like, I appreciate that because,
it's real.
Who I am in my videos is not necessarily who I am in real life. Like, it's probably, I'd say it's a more, like, exaggerated character.
Yeah,
if anything.
Same, too. Like, who I am in my videos. In my videos, I'm definitely a bit more of an academic person than maybe I am in real life. I mean, that aspect is there within me, but like I just think of myself as a pretty normal guy in real life. Who I am on Twitter is just
come to Kino.
That blew me away. I remember watching your fucking Tarkovsky video, which is a fantastic video. I really like that video, and I watched your one about I'm thinking of ending things. I remember I watched those too, and then I saw like your Twitter, and I was like talking to you. I was like, what the fuck? This is the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm like, women DM me, please. And I'm like,
you're simping for shoe on head.
Yeah.
Your Twitter is just, I think you've toned it down considerably.
I have.
Yeah, definitely. When I first discovered your Twitter, I was like, oh my god, this guy's
it was like 18,
all over the place.
18 hours a day just fucking every fucking
Tweeting
10
women DM,
minutes.
please DM.
Please, women, I love you, women. I want to
tweeted a
kiss
picture
your
of Gabby
feet.
Hanna the other day.
Oh yeah.
Like, picture at Gabby Hanna like come to Kino. It's a big.
Yeah.
That was so good.
What was funny was, so somebody gave me the Turkey Tom treatment, where they took my come to Kino picture, and then they made it so I was wearing a Slipknot t-shirt, my fingernails were painted black, I had a Monster energy drink in my hand, and some of the other like e-boy stuff going on.
You look cat ears. I remember saying.
Oh yeah, it was cat ears. Yeah, that was
Cat ears, of course.
that was it. And I've started using that as my come to Kino. It was from a Turkey Tom stan, and it's kind of a strange account where it's like weirdly,
what is with that account? Yeah,
weirdly sexual towards Turkey Tom. Yeah, and I'm like,
I saw that.
I don't know, like, yeah, I guess when you're at that, because he has what 200,000 subs or something, or he's almost at 200.
Yeah,
I guess when you're at that point, Oki, you're at that point. Where's your Oki sexual stands,
I don't have like the obsessed crazy people like that. I don't even have like what you were describing earlier, Ghost Gun, where they're trying to match my personality, because I mean my videos aren't necessarily about my personality. They're about
Right. I guess
subjects.
we were talking about this a little earlier, but like EDP and like how his videos were all his personality, and he used that to fucking be a fucking predator.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there is people who 100% take advantage of that shit. And, like, I don't know. He's a good example of just, like, someone who obviously was hamming it up for the camera. Like, yeah.
I will never forget the fact that there was a YouTuber who, like, he thought he was talking to a minor and he sent them shit pictures. I will never forget that. I'll be fucking 90, inshallah, I'll be 90, and then I'll remember that this guy, this fat obese man, sent a picture of his shit to what he thought was a 13-year-old.
I literally, because I saw I watched someone do a reading of the logs, and I was like, and I think it was Critical, and he was like, did they actually like send? Did he
I saw that. I saw that.
I was like, there's no way. And then I looked at them, and he actually fucking did it.
I just took a fat shit. I just killed a toilet. Like, what the fuck?
Kino, you need to up your game, bro. You need to go on Twitter and start sending shit pics to fucking girls.
I've only done that one time, and I did that just like to piss someone off, and it was just like some shit that I took.
I used to do it to my friends. We would like Snapchat each other, just like pictures of shit. It'd be like you just send it to them out of like with no context. You just send them like, in the middle of the day, just a picture of some mean shit you took.
I have never done that.
I did that to like, some guy was like, hey, I'll give you money to make a video for my channel. And then I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I sent him a picture of shit.
Wait, is that the guy Tom was talking about, where he's like he like begs, that's like his thing?
No. It was just some random dude. Random dude.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So I want to get back to this parasocial relationship thing that happens in Perfect Blue. And going back to what I was talking about earlier is that, we don't know who our subscribers are. Our subscribers don't really know us. And I had one kid who was very concerned because he didn't know what my exact politics were. So I just ended up fucking with him for the entirety of the time he was on my Discord server until he eventually left, saying that I was so far left that I was far right, so far right that I was far left, call me a radical centrist, and like, and it's like, that's all private information. It doesn't have anything to do with the persona of the Kino Corner. My politics don't. I guess as far as the politics of the Kino Corner are concerned, is that it's fairly anti-consumerist, but I don't think that's a left or right thing. You know what I mean?
Very Pasolini-esque.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, I don't really want to fit into any boxes and everything like that. And I want my channel to be open. I want it to be enjoyed by people regardless of their politics. Because I think that at the end of the day, politics they're of the day and they're of the place,
I completely agree. It's like I kind of went a similar method where I'm like, I think I'm very private about that stuff. Like, I don't want to talk because, like, that's not what my channel's for, right? And there are people who just, I feel like maybe not me to an extent, but like, there are people who want to know everything about a person. You know, they get obsessed with these YouTubers and they want to know, okay, like, what is his political stance? What kind of food does, it just gets to this point where it's almost an obsession. I guess you would call it like a stan, but
you see that in Perfect Blue, where the diary's talking about what kind of milk she buys, what kind of fish food she gets, and things like that. And
right, just the mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Like even her going to the grocery store is like a whole scene, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like people want to know absolutely everything because I think that there's this weird sort of dynamic that can happen with some people where they elevate these celebrities to sort of godlike figures, and it can elicit different sort of reactions within themselves. And a really tragic example of this was Christina Grimmie, who was shot.
I remember her.
Shot, right?
Yeah, and it was from some. I'm not quite like she was signing. It was like
at some convention thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
one of her fans came in and shot her. Yeah.
Yeah, before the internet, there was the John Lennon killer who thought he was John Lennon.
Well, I was even gonna say, like, during the making of this movie, the fucking Bjork stalker. You guys know that guy?
Yeah.
That happened during the making of this movie. Like, all that shit. It was in, like, the production process.
You ever see that
the
video where he shoots himself?
Bro, I watched, like, a ton of those logs. Like, the end one where he's, like, painting his face and shit. And, like, I put it as a reference in one of my videos. But it is pretty fucked up, like, when you think about it.
I just remember the way, like, once he shoots himself and the noise he makes. Yeah, it's like that.
Sounds like the Nintendo shit cube guy.
Yeah.
The thing is that you have to think about, and Perfect Blue does kind of talk about this, how that kind of behavior is exacerbated with the internet. Because
100%.
You can stalk someone now without having to be geologically close to them. Now, in the movie, they're all in Tokyo. And it makes it a lot easier to show as a movie. But they could have easily been all around the world. And that stalking.
Kino, was it you telling me that Dream people like found his address from like a rental? It was some crazy shit that went to rental houses.
So that's
something fucking crazy like that.
Okay. So Dream got doxxed by his own fan base because he took a picture, I think, inside of the kitchen of his new home, and his fan base, his stands, combed through all these like videos and photos of like houses that were recently on the market, like all throughout the States, and they were able within like on the same day to find his exact address.
See, that is like a fucking nightmare for me. That is like a fucking like to think that I don't know, like people are so obsessed with this one. Not even a person, because like I guarantee, the person Dream is in his videos is not who he is in real life. There's no fucking way that's the same person. But like,
and that's the case.
People are obsessed with this persona.
Why are they obsessed with like a Minecraft YouTuber as well? I'm just like,
I don't get it at all. I do
either.
not.
I've never watched a Dream video, to be fair, but it just seems like just a very normal account to me, like just a guy.
Yeah, I feel like I remember
Avatar. And
I haven't seen his videos either.
I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, Oki and I are both boomers. Ghost Gum is more of a Zoomer than we are, but we're both boomers. And
filthy little Zoomer. Yeah.
I cannot understand Minecraft.
I hate Minecraft. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I remember trying it back in like 2012, and I'm just like, this is it's a baby's game.
Well,
peace out.
Yeah, I tried it back in like 2013, maybe 2012 was like the first time I played it, and I was like, this is the best shit ever. Like I just really fucking loved it. But I go back to it now, and maybe because my brain is so fried, like my serotonin is so fried that like I fucking just need to be entertained all the time, you know? But I just get fucking so bored. Like I went back and played it a couple months ago, and I just, found, made a mine, found some diamonds, and then built a house. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like I'm bored now.
To be fair, I can't even get into video games anymore. Like,
same here. It's a lot harder for me. It's a lot harder for me to enjoy video games.
I've had that problem too. I was trying to get into that new Fire Emblem, and like it's a good game, but I just can't bring myself to play it. It's like I used to have the opposite problem with TV, where like I would just play video games and wouldn't watch any TV, and now it's kind of flipped, where it's like all I do is just watch like TV and anime or movies, and I never play video games anymore.
Yeah, I'd rather watch a movie pretty much any day of the week than play a video game. I think the last game I played was Control, and that was like a month ago. I just I don't know. I think part of it too for me is that I really cherish good stories and good characters, and you just don't get that from a lot of video games.
Yeah.
It's
one of the biggest problems for me too.
Yeah, like I love a good story. I love like great characters, and even the games that people tell me are like amazing, right? That have these great stories, have these great characters. I play the games, and I think I don't know, like it still seems derivative. Like if this was a movie, it wouldn't be a good one.
I almost feel like I almost prefer there to be no story and no cutscenes whatsoever.
Yeah,
like just game,
because it's just like always awkward.
Just like Minecraft. You want Minecraft?
Oh, I want Minecraft. Yeah, I guess that's what I wanted the whole time. Minecraft.
I got that with Doom. You guys play that new Doom?
I still gotta play that. Yeah, I still got.
Bro, it's like I guess there's like technically a story, but it's just like it's just the most like macho fucking awesome. Shooter, and it's just like, blowing up demons with fucking rocket launchers and shit. And I'm like, this is what I want. I don't give a shit. Like, but then on the other hand, sometimes I'm like, oh, I get really invested in a story. Like, what was one? I know a lot of people don't like this game, but I really like it. Was Life is Strange.
No.
I was so invested in that game, and I was like, there's like no gameplay in it, but I really like the story. I know it's a fucking cringe, like normie game, but I really fucking like that game. I know. I played it a couple years ago, and I fucking really liked it. But
so as far as the games that I really liked, I loved The Witcher series. I put so much time into The Witcher series. I like the role playing game type of game. So that's maybe more of an action RPG than true RPG. I mean, I played Morrowind back in the day, and I've played all the Elder Scrolls. And Fallout games, but I really like the Witcher games, and I guess I don't know, I didn't really care for Doom, the new Doom games, because they were too fast paced for me. Like when I play games now, it's my life is so stressful just as it is that these like
I get what you mean. I know.
Yeah, these fast-paced games, like I got Doom Eternal, and I think I played through half of it. And when I play a game, the mood that I'm getting myself into, right, is like, okay, I'm sitting down, I'm gonna like relax. It's been a super stressful day. I've been working at my day job. I've been editing on this video, editing this video for me. I've been editing this video for somebody else, I have this tight deadline coming up and whatever. I need like 30 minutes just to like relax. Doom Eternal does not do that.
No, it's play like a gamey game.
You need to play like Animal Crossing or something. Which, by the way, I hated that game.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say you fucking hate it. I love Animal Crossing. I'm nostalgic. I'm nostalgic for it. I played it a lot as a kid.
I loved the GameCube one. When I was a kid, I played the shit out of that.
Right, I had the DS one, and that one was fucking amazing. I love it. I still like it, but I haven't. I mean, I like the new one, but I haven't played it as much as I did the DS one.
The new one I played like for a week or something, and it just got annoyed that it was just like the same thing over and over. Like I remember, like the first one, you could just like in like a couple days, you could already have like 4 renovations or whatever, and this one is just like, No, you have to wait.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I guess like there
fuck
is,
you, dude.
yeah.
I don't want to wait. Like, I'm not fucking that patient. I don't want to do that.
Guys,
One
guys,
of my
guys,
favorite.
guys.
Yeah, go.
Guys. We're talking about video games here, and I just want to say this is that, well, it's a movie podcast, but you know the most.
Can we talk about video game movies?
The most Kino video game ever to exist is Webkinz Online. You buy your plushie toy, and you put in the code, and then you get that plushie toy online, and you can play all sorts of mini games, and you can make your little apartment or house or whatever you have for your Webkins. You honestly can't get better than that. I like, honestly, I was thinking about Animal Crossing. I was like, that just sounds like a knockoff of Webkins.
I think actually Persona 5 was just a fucking, that was inspired by Webkins. You know, all the personas they use in that.
I've never even heard of Webkins. I don't even know what that is.
Oh man, it was like classic. I never played it, but I had like some friends and like family members who were really into it.
Yeah,
it's like you buy a. Do you know Neopets? You ever heard of Neopets?
Yeah, I used to play that when I was young. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like similar to that, but you'd like buy a plushie toy, and then it would come with like a code, and you register it online and play with it online.
The other classic online game was Poptropica.
Bro, I remember that.
I don't know what these games are.
Oh my god!
I guess I was too
That's
old
nostalgic.
at this point to even know.
Yeah, you're too old, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, go to bed, Grandpa.
I was like playing mini clip, like or like Growlithe.
Bro, I was gonna make I still might. I was gonna make a video on Miniclip and like, cause bro, I fucking missed that website. That was like, I spent so many hours playing like Skywire and you know all those classic games like Bush Shootout.
Or what about
Commando?
Because people always talk about Newgrounds, but there were several websites kind of like Newgrounds. There was also White Sheep, Black Sheep, or was it Black Sheep, White Sheep? It was something like that.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
I used Acon Games. That was one. It was like just a knockoff Newgrounds, but like they had all these fucking amazing Flash games on them, and like it had little animations too.
But I remember that my parents forbade me from going onto Black Sheep, White Sheep, or White Sheep, Black Sheep, whatever it was called. They forbade me from going on there because they caught me playing this Flash game that I guess I was 8 years old or 9 or you know, I was. It was while I was still innocent, right? Like I didn't really know what all this meant. And there was a game where there was a monkey, and you just controlled this hand, and you had to spank the monkey as hard as you could. It was called Spank the Monkey. And so,
I feel like I've heard that fucking name before.
So I showed my parents. I'm like, look at this fun game I'm playing called Spank the Monkey.
Play that.
And so yeah, then they were like, you can't go there. You can't go to that website anymore. Like it's gonna poison your mind.
And I have a distinct memory from like playing Newgrounds games. Like, dude, I was probably like 7. It was me and my friend Wesley. And we were trying to figure out how to beat the last boss in this stupid little Flash game. And just like, yeah, just aim at his dick. And he aimed at his dick, and that's how you killed him. And it just made so much sense.
That was like, that was just the Newgrounds like meta. That was like the meta for all fight games. I feel like. It was either the head or the dick.
I loved the games where you were the like the biker going over the obstacles. I was
that was like Trials, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
it was
became,
like it became
an actual game.
Yeah, it became Trials, but I really loved those games as a kid.
I feel like when you guys were playing these Flash games, I was like playing World of Warcraft already. Like,
so I never got into WoW. It was just like the whole the subscription thing was like I could never get my parents to give me money for it.
Yeah,
me
neither.
Couldn't play.
I had to buy the prepaid Visa debit cards.
Oh, I remember those. I used to buy fucking like I used to play this game called Hero Clicks when I was a kid, and I would like order the certain ones online because there were no stores near my house where you could buy them, so I'd like order them online, have to buy those like vanilla like Visa debits with like $50 that you end up wasting money because you're not going to use all the $50.
Yeah. There's always like fucking $3.75 left on the stupid thing.
Yeah, and just throw it. Well, I read something the other day that was like, it was like, yeah, it might have been. I think it was fuck, I don't know. It was millions of dollars that goes unused in gift cards every year. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. People just like, who have like $1 left on their card, they're like, okay, whatever. Or like, you know, $4.
So many
like,
people also like they'll just buy it for you as a gift, and it's just like, I'm never gonna fucking go to this boat store. You know, like,
Yeah.
fuck you buy me a gift card to this bullshit for?
I got one for my birthday a while ago from my aunt, who's like, she's very nice, but she's like super out of touch. And she bought me one for not Apple Music, but like iTunes, like to buy songs. And I was like, what am I going to fucking use this on? Like, I have no use for this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can use it anymore. And so I just never fucking used it. I think I still have it.
Yeah, I got a $50 gift card to Patagonia for Christmas for my cousin. And the thing is, I live in Florida. Like, my cousin lives in Washington. I live in Florida.
Say Patagonia is like very relevant here, but not,
Yeah.
I would imagine, in Florida. It's more like Billabong or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, I went to the website and I was like, okay, well, I'll look to see like how much stuff like costs. And it was really expensive. Like,
Yeah, no, they make some really good stuff because like I'm really into like camping and shit, so they do make some really good stuff, but it's really expensive.
It's really
like,
expensive, and I'm like, okay, so I have $50, but this jacket is $400, so I'm gonna have to spend $350 to get this jacket or whatever. You know, I don't know the prices. I'm from Florida. I need a jacket maybe 2 weeks out of the year. You know.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah, I bought like the thing with that is like a $50 gift card to Patagonia is like, okay, you get $50 off your purchase more. You know, it's not like a $50 gift card. Really.
It's not like you get to get a couple things or like one whole thing or something like that. It's like it's like a coupon, you know,
exactly
for a store like that. Yeah, and I just never used it. So Patagonia got $50 for nothing, basically.
For nothing.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't know. I don't even know where I put that gift card, actually. I think I threw it away.
Anyway, listen. As the co-host, we gotta steer this ship.
Yeah,
we
that's
oughta
your
be.
job.
And listen,
Do a cool transition. Like, oh, at Patagonia, the CEO, like, people just want to be in Patagonia, and
it's like
that kind of reminds me of.
it's parasocial, like
Exactly. We've been doing this whole fucking podcast.
I think we like each one of us should give our take and like maybe a score. Do you want to do the score thing or?
No, I don't think that a score thing is necessary. I mean,
Let's just do each give our take.
The movie's been out for
yeah.
24 years. A score is not necessary. I don't really believe in scores anyways.
Yeah, I'm
but
kind of,
it's like, at this point, okay, people who have listened this far, they've already seen the movie. They shouldn't care about a score. They've already seen the movie. They've already decided in their heads whether or not they like the movie. I mean, a score is only really good for influencing people when the movie is new, when the movie is very recent, of like, should I like spend my time and money, you know, investing into watching this movie. Other than that, scores aren't necessary at all. So I don't think a score is necessary, but I think we talked a lot about the sort of parasocial relationships. And I mean, maybe it seemed like we were going off topic, but I think talking about parasocial relationships, I mean, this movie was one of the first movies to really deal with parasocial relationships in the internet age. And kind of as a result of the internet, it's a movie that I think that has to be experienced. Like, there's a lot that we can say about it, but I think that at the end of the day, one of the greatest things that the movie does is put you in Mima's head. You know?
What Kino's trying to say is go watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, that's pretty what he's. Fuck this podcast.
He's being very polite about it, but go fucking watch
Yeah.
it. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Ghost Gum. What's your thoughts?
Bro, okay, so like we were talking about scores, so you know I don't want to get to, because I agree. I think scores kind of, you know, they have their problems, but like for me, it's definitely like in my top maybe 10 movies of all time, maybe even 5. It is just like the first time I watched it, because I didn't really know what to expect. I knew it was about a stalk or whatever, but like the cinematography, like for me, it's the shot where they're at the concert and he holds his hand up kind of and puts her on his hand. Like there's so many shots like that. I'm like, it's fucking amazing. And of course, you know, the story and the twist. I'm a big fan of Satoshi Kon anyway. So yeah, I think it's a must watch in my opinion. If you're into that kind of stuff, like psychological, you know, thrillers.
Yeah. So like I think I said maybe in the first attempt to record this or I said it in this, but like yeah, I like it a lot more, or not even a lot more. I like it more than the first time I saw it. The first time I saw it, I was like kind of meh about it, and this time I like it a bit more. So I give it 3.7 schmoes out of 10, or no, I mean 3.7 schmoes out of 5. Anyway,
I was gonna revoke your weeb card.
Not 10. Anyway, no, I mean it's a movie that like I respect a lot more than I like. I think it is really flawed. There's like so many cool scenes like you were just describing where she's like kind of this like this toy in his hand in the beginning, or I think about the scene with the mirror when Rumi's in the room and
that's such a good scene.
So it's like that, it's like this fat obese version of her. It's like so many cool scenes.
I wanted to say the fat obese version of her is also who she could be in 10 to 20 years. Like that's also the thing. It's like she could, like Rumi is the possibility of her future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can
like,
see that.
For sure.
That's who she could be in the future, and it's like...
Well, she's already got, like, the fractured personalities thing going on. I don't know what... Well, like, is she supposed to be crazy or not?
I was going to say, like, do you think because that's the reason why Rumi is so jealous is because, like, she's going in a different direction of, like, acting. Like, she doesn't want to be a pop star anymore, but Rumi really wants to be a pop star and relive that. So do you think that's, like... has something to do with like the jealousy and the stalking and everything?
I think
I think so, because the thing is that she's taken that different direction to ensure that she has a lifelong career that keeps her in the spotlight. Whereas, with the pop idol, when you get to a certain age, you're not exactly, sellable anymore. You're out.
All right, let me finish my little spiel here. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's so there's a lot of cool scenes like that. Like I remember, this is one of those movies that you see all the time on like those Instagram pages where it's like aesthetic anime clips and shit. It's like, so I don't know.
You calling me out? I use that for an outro.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
With the lo-fi music, just like, just...
Bro, I love that shit. People fucking hate it, but I'm like, go fuck yourself, you fucking bitch.
It's Oki has been exposed for not watching Ghost Gum's videos, by the way. I just want to say that.
No, I watched
he doesn't know his outro. He doesn't
know his outro. I don't remember even my outro, okay? So don't...
Oki shouted me out on Twitter. So, Kino, you're kind of a fake Oki fan, if anything.
There you go. Exactly. You don't know every single tweet I've ever made, Kino. How the fuck dare you?
Oki, do you know every single tweet I've ever made?
It's all like you're just all simp tweets.
I was gonna say you can predict them.
Yeah.
I can probably just rattle them off.
I can take over your Twitter account and convincingly be you. So.
Want woman, please woman, DM.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's literally that. Okay, let me finish my fucking spiel. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Holy shit. It's yeah, it reminds me a lot of like those like I think I tried to say in the beginning of this podcast. It reminds me of like 80s De Palma, or like also like later Hitchcock movies. Just they kind of like it's like kind of a B movie mixed with this psychological element, but it's all kind of reminds me of like like the psychology aspect to something like Psycho, where it's kind of outdated. kind of like leans on things like that are kind of debunk like a multiple personality disorder or whatever, and just all this kind of like analysis and shit that just doesn't happen really in real life with mental health. And but I appreciate a lot of this movie, especially just like its criticism of just that fucking whole idol culture in Japan, which is just extremely exploitative, and it's just these.
It is fucked. I was doing a little like research into it. It's like it's so crazy, like the pressure that these idols are under, and like how they are supposed to be perfect. That's the whole thing, is that it's supposed to appeal to as many people as possible. So they have to have this persona that, unlike being a YouTuber where it might just be an exaggerated version of yourself, an idol might be a completely fucking different person. And I think that kind of plays into like the whole multiple personality thing. I think that's kind of where the movie gets it from.
Yeah, because it's like she is this pop idol, but she's also herself, and she wants to be this actress. So it's not just like a split personality. It's like 3 different personalities that she's sort of interchanging from. You know what I mean? And I love the editing of this movie. I want to point this out. How she'll say something, like, so a scene will be going on, and then she'll say something, and then we see that she's saying it within the context of being on a movie set. It's gone to a new scene.
Yeah, like
but you don't know that it's gone to a new scene yet. You know what I mean? Like, it pulls out. And, I mean, I love that aspect of it, that you think that it's still in the same scene, and then it, like, pulls out, and you see that you're actually in a new scene. And, and it makes it seem like you don't know whether or not she's on a movie set acting as this character, and this character has a parallel story to her in real life. And she's also having these problems with, the split between her pop idol self, her real self, and who she wants to be. You know what I mean? So it's not just like one split personality. It's more like there's several different people that she's playing for different groups of people, and she has ideas of what she wants to be versus what she actually is.
Yeah, I got that. I just wish they would have stuck with that instead of being like, aha, it was the agent the whole time. Like, I don't know. Like, that's.
But it wasn't the agent the whole time, though.
Yeah, partially it was her. I think she might have killed the one screenwriter.
Well, are you sure?
I mean, she found the bloodied clothes.
It was just like
closet.
planted.
It could have
there.
easily been the agent, framing her for it. But I think that that also might have been her.
Fair enough. Okay.
I think yeah.
I do
I
like.
I think the best part about Perfect. Oh, sorry. Go. Okay.
No, I mean I like the whole aspect where it's just like you're confused and there's just like all of these bluffs, and
Yeah.
There's like that one scene especially like where like she manages to randomly, I think she like hits him with the hammer on the head, right? When he's trying to rape her, the stalker, and then it cuts and it's like she's in front of.
It's a movie.
Yeah,
but then it's not. But she was imagining that.
Yeah, and then there's also like
Yeah.
that whole thing where it's like, oh no, she's been crazy this whole time, and like it's the show that she's working on. It's the 2 cops and they're talking about like, oh, she's been imagining that she was a pop idol because she got raped. She hasn't been able to deal with that, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I really like a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and then she says, "I'm the model," so that's like more in line with what the show is. On the second take, you know what I mean. On the first take, she actually says her name, and then I'm this pop idol and stuff like that. And they do this whole take like that, and then they do a second take where she's the model, and so it makes you think that maybe this is real. But then you think, okay, maybe they just wanted to have this alternate take, to sort of show that, to kind of bring up the status of her as a pop idol in the show, and be kind of meta with it. But anyways, I want to go into some questions from the audience here.
We have questions? Holy shit. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually.
So I have some, just a couple. we're not big enough to have like, a laundry list of questions or whatever. But some of them are...
These are going to be the Patreon questions. Patreon.com/the Kino Corner if you want to...
Patreon.com, Oki's Weird Source.
So...
and Ghost Gum. Yeah, give money to that guy, too.
Yeah, and Oki. I mean, we all have Patreons. So I'm gonna open up with the most relevant question, and that is from Achi-sama. And he says...
I know this guy, yeah.
Yeah, and he says, Perfect Blue is almost 25 years old. In your opinion, does Perfect Blue need a live-action remake update for modern audiences? If yes, who would you like to direct it?
I would want it to be Darren Aronofsky, and I would want it to be Black Swan.
It's just fucking... Well, I was going to say, like, fucking, excuse me, on the fact that it's an anime, fuck no, do not make a live action of that. Because, like, if you know anime live-action movies, like, almost all of them are fucking terrible. But yeah, in terms of like, disregarding that, I think, it could be a fucking great movie to bring into.
I think that if you're going to really do it justice, then like my gut reaction is just to say, keep it as it is. It's a perfectly fine movie as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that like
Tarantino to do to do the fucking live action.
I think it could be
both
better.
of you guys are wrong. Both of you guys are wrong. This is the problem where you guys are coming from. You're Canadian. You're not American. Americans are forward thinking.
I came onto this podcast and it's a racist podcast.
Why are you being racist?
I was
dude?
shocked from the radical centrist Kino.
Yeah, I'm racist against Canadians. That's true, especially ones from. Well, I'm not gonna say. But ones from the big cities in Canada, they're backwards thinking, right? I mean, America, we're forward thinking, we're progressive, and when we see a movie like a Japanese movie like Perfect Blue, we think, how do we remake this for forward thinking Americans, right? And I would say that if we're gonna remake Perfect Blue in a Hollywood type of setting, the director would definitely have to be Ben Falcone.
Wait, who's Ben?
Wait, hold on. I gotta look this up.
I know that name.
Wait. That name sounds really fucking familiar. Ben Falcone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, you're right.
Thunder
I
Force,
agree.
you fuck.
I agree with you. This guy.
No, yes, I agree.
This guy is gonna
agent?
make a way better version.
The agent is Melissa McCarthy.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this guy's
The agent-
He's a seasoned. No, the agent. No, fuck. Melissa McCarthy is the lead. Okay, it's progressive times. All right. The new idols are Melissa McCarthy. Okay.
Octavia
Falcone, seasoned director. He's got the chops. He's got the background. He's gonna do this a real service. Okay.
We need who's the lady from fucking who's the lady who played in the new Ghostbusters? Fucking
Leslie Jones.
Melissa McCarthy played the
Melissa McCarthy.
No, not Leslie Jones. The
Kristen
fuck,
Wiig.
I don't remember her
Kristen
name.
Wiig.
Yeah, her. She's gonna be the fucking. She'll be the fucking manager.
Yeah.
No, you gotta have a fatter
roommate.
You gotta have a lady who's fatter as the manager. That's the thing, because that is kind of a plot point in Perfect.
You have
Blue.
to have a gay black guy as the manager.
No, you
just Oki. Cast Oki.
That's
the fucking,
you know you could have as the manager is Rebel Wilson.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Rebel.
There you go. Yeah.
Rebel Wilson.
Guys, this is no one steal this. Anybody watching, please don't steal this.
This is a real good like a spec script that we could write and probably sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no steal, please.
Yeah, we're gonna make
$1 million. Not
just
it's gonna be woke Perfect Blue.
Like you say $1 million idea, but the fact is that Ben Falcone movies, they have budgets of like $20 to $40 million. So you should be saying something like, "This is $100 million idea."
This is $1 billion idea. This is gonna fucking shatter the records.
This is the next it's gonna beat any Disney or a James Cameron movie or
This Marvel, yeah.
It's gonna do well internationally. China's gonna love it. That's all that matters. So, that's why. We gotta make it because China loves Melissa McCarthy.
Just Melissa McCarthy. Well, she'll be the M pop. Is that it? Mandarin pop? M pop for China? I think it is. She'll be the M pop idol, but she's American.
Boom.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
That would be great. And she's in Beijing.
She's speaking Mandarin the whole movie.
Yeah,
speaking Mandarin the whole movie.
And there's like a 2-minute break in the middle of the film just to like sing the Chinese national anthem.
Dude, I would pay money to get Melissa McCarthy to speak Mandarin. Like, just no joke. Like, speaking, like, fluent Mandarin, I would fucking die to see that.
I would, too. I would probably die before I see it.
I think I would have a fucking stroke while watching it.
Okay. Listen, guys. Enough joking around. Let's be serious here, all right? Let's be serious. Anyway, no. In all seriousness, though, actually, what's it called? I do think that like Black Swan is actually way better than this movie, to be honest.
No,
like, I gotta be honest here.
No,
like, I do think Black Swan is far superior.
No,
No,
prefer
you're
Perfect
wrong.
I think, yeah, it really is, and I do think that like it is probably one of like Satoshi Kon's like. I mean, it's his first movie. What can you say? Like, it's.
And it's amazing.
You're telling me fucking Millennium Actress is better than Perfect Blue.
To be fair, I haven't actually seen Millennium Actress. I think that's like one of the few ones I haven't seen.
It's a really fucking good movie. It's a really good movie, but I just think Perfect Blue is better.
I like Paprika a lot more, and like I think Tokyo Godfathers is just like far superior, and yeah, even like
they're all good movies.
Show,
yeah,
Shonen Bat, the Satoshi Kon show, the anime is like really good.
I actually haven't seen it.
It's worth it.
Here's the thing. Here's what I wanted to bring up a little bit earlier, and is I was thinking about the fight between the agent and Mima, and I was thinking, what if it mirrored the fight between Leslie Jones and Melissa McCarthy in Ghostbusters 2016, where Melissa McCarthy got like possessed by a demon.
Then it would actually be Kino. It would actually be
I think that would be the
movie.
next Kino Corner video.
Yeah. I would just do like a whole 20-minute video analyzing the one scene of Leslie Jones.
The choreography of the fight.
Yeah, the choreography of the fight. What the choreography tells us about the characters.
I think that Ghostbusters 2016 is a better movie.
You can't even finish the sentence.
See, okay, I was being honest about the Black Swan thing. I was being honest about the Black Swan thing, but this is I can't go that far. But I do think that Ghostbusters 2016, that fight scene does belong in the Smithsonian.
When she slaps the demon out of her, it's something. I gotta say, it's something.
That was actually the first movie I've ever walked out of. I had never walked out of a movie until that point, and I saw it in theaters with a friend. We thought it would be like a good kind of like The Room type movie, but no, I couldn't fucking finish it.
Yeah,
it's so fucking boring. It's not even like so bad. It's good.
So there's two more questions. The second question is pretty easy. It's a binary question. Which anime is better, Digimon or Pokemon?
I don't care.
Pokemon, not even fucking close. I've never actually watched Digimon. It was like as a kid, never fucking got into it. With Pokemon, I was like super into Pokemon as a kid.
Same here. I was really into Pokemon as a kid. I watched like every episode.
I did watch Digimon, but I don't remember much of it. I think Beyblade's better than both of them. Pokemon sucks. Pokemon is.
Do you just hate everything?
That's my whole thing.
Yeah. You're that British guy who makes videos about
Pokemon it's for babies and women, okay? And for guys who end up it's Pokemon is for guys who end up on the sex registry, okay?
You're in charge of this now. Okay. What did you say, children and women?
I'm telling you, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you something. Every pedophile that gets picked up who's under the age 30, they have a Pokemon in their room. They have a poster. They have a plushie.
Okay,
It's for pedophiles, women, and children, okay?
Okie, you know EDP stands for Eat That Pokemon 445.
Exactly. See, he loved Pokemon.
Well, I better get rid of all the Pokemon plushies in my room then.
Get rid of them, dude. You're gonna get booked. Chris Hansen's he's gonna show up. I'm telling you.
I have way too many Gengars in my room.
Bro, that was the first card. That was the first Pokemon card I ever had. It was a fucking Gengar.
That's like the e-girl Pokemon now, right? Is Gengar?
Oh, really? I like Gengar. I hope it's not.
Gengar girlfriend?
I think it's the e-girl Pokemon, yeah.
There's that one e-girl, right? The one from Queens or whatever. Or...
Oh, yeah, the really hot one.
She's not really hot, but she has...
oh, she is hot.
She's cute.
She's friends.
I don't even know who you guys are talking about.
She's friends with Loey. What's her name?
Gengar girlfriend.
She has like the blonde hair on one side and like the brown hair on the other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she's got like the mustache in her profile picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has like a New York accent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
I know. I just remember people on 4chan calling her a semen demon.
Jesus Christ.
Who's the semen demon in the picture?
There was a guy in my school, like in high school, and there was a joke. Like, we were like 15 or 14 at the time. There was a joke. He was like dating some 13-year-old girl, which, like, you know, at the time wasn't that weird, but everyone started calling him Diaper Sniper. And it was
That's perfect. I'm just going to call pedophiles that from now on.
Yeah, he's a bit of a diaper sniper.
That is like, that's beautiful.
That's funny though. Oh, Emma. Her name is Emma.
Yeah, something with L.
Yeah, Emma. I don't know, some kind of like Italian name.
Yeah, it's funny because like you just see this e-girl and then she talks like someone from The Sopranos. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, she's the girl. Didn't she make she made some video like I got canceled.
Yeah, she like
I don't remember.
She blew up and then she got canceled like in
okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that was the same girl.
So, I want to just kind of chime in on this Digimon versus Pokemon thing. I watched both as a kid and I think I enjoyed both equally. So, I can't I'm a radical centrist. I enjoyed both equally as a kid, but I haven't watched either in a long time, so I wouldn't really be able to answer that.
I haven't cared about...
My answer's Pokemon. I'm the guest. My answer's Pokemon.
I haven't cared about either of them since I was a child. And like I went to see the fucking Pokemon movie in theaters. Okay, like I think that like it was the first Pokemon movie.
Someone put Oki on a watch list. Someone put on.
Yeah, I was. By the way, I was 30 at the time. Yeah, no.
Oki just said, "Oh, only kids, women, and pedophiles watch Pokemon," and then he just said, "Yeah, I went to see the Pokemon movie in theaters."
Not the new one, by the way.
Caught in 4K.
Not the new one. I'm talking about like 4K. The fucking one from like 2000, like right after 9/11, like or even before 9/11.
Now you gotta invoke 9/11.
We're
talking about Pokemon, and you invoke.
What kind of podcast?
It was done by Snorlax. 9/11 was done by Snorlax.
Oki, before the podcast started, he said he went to see the new Detective Pikachu. He went in his Ash Ketchum cosplay with his fucking Pokeball and his Mewtwo plushie.
With my sniper diaper girlfriend. Yeah.
Not only that, his Ash Ketchum cosplay had like one of those zippers that goes from like the bottom of the front to like the back so that, he could just like pleasure himself while watching Detective Pikachu.
Jesus Christ, dude!
Jesus Christ! I wasn't gonna go that far.
What are you going so far for? Oh my God!
Look, I'm not the one that I'm not the one that admitted to it being a pedophile. Okay?
I know. When did I admit to being a pedophile?
Jesus Christ!
Dude,
what the fuck? Were we talking about movies? We're talking about Digimon and Pokemon. How did we get to this?
This is slander. He's slandering me.
Do we have to put a disclaimer that none of that's true, or do you have to hit people over the head with that and say?
I have to tell people, if you actually believe that any of our banter is true, then you probably need to go back to the 3rd grade.
Okay. Good. We got to remind people because people are gonna be in the comments being like,
it is frustrating.
he doesn't like
sometimes,
Perfect Blue,
like,
Pokemon, and he's a pedophile. I'm like, you're just gonna fucking freak out, dude.
Well, bro, what I've realized is like sometimes
I do like
you really have to fucking
Perfect Blue though. By the way, sorry, go on.
Yeah. You have to hit people over the head with some of your jokes sometimes. Not just you, but like anybody. Like if you want someone to like understand, especially like, YouTube commenters, you have to really fucking make it obvious. Like I put in subtle jokes in my videos and people are like, well, what? Like, why'd you put this in? I don't get it. It's like, fucking, people, there is someone who will listen to that and be like, what? Like, oh, I didn't, okay, like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I still have people commenting on my cowboys and samurai. So I made a video about how cowboys and samurai movies are, like really closely related, right? And I had a kind of a subtle joke in it, but I thought it was pretty obvious. Of course, I made the video when I had 300 subs or something like that, and where I am talking about different countries coming together for a movie called, I think it was Red Sun, which is a pretty good movie. And I say they had people from Japan, America, and England. And when I get to England, instead of showing the Union Jack, I show the Confederate flag for like half a second.
Nice.
And it's just because, yeah, they look sort of similar, right? Like the joke is that they look sort of similar, and I'm sort of...
Well, they do, right?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of cross, right? The X and...
I've accidentally made that mistake in a video. Actually,
Yeah.
I didn't show the Union. I mixed up. I didn't really do it intentionally, but I showed like the American flag when I said England, and yeah, for the past 4 years, people they remind me of it.
But the thing is that like I know what the the flag of the UK looks like. I know what it looks like. I know what the Confederate flag looks like. And to the commenters who to this day comment, do you know what the British flag looks like? Yeah, there's this thing called Google Images I can go to, and I can type in British flag and pull it up. Obviously I went to Google Images and typed in Confederate flag, and I put it in there for half a second as a joke. Because if I wanted to show the British flag, I would have just Googled British flag. It's just like, I don't know. Like I thought when I was making the video then, it was going to be obvious as just this sort of shitposty kind of joke. People still don't get it. People don't get a lot of the, like the stuff that I say is a joke. I had one guy go off on me in my Lighthouse video because I said, Robert Eggers made The Witch, or is it Vivitch?
Oh yeah,
and
I
he
remember
had
you
this,
showing that.
and he had this whole paragraph about how he couldn't take anything I said seriously after that because I said Vivitch. And I was like, so I'm like, I don't think I've read a more autistic thing on the internet than this YouTube comment.
Well, Kino, after you told me that, I actually went to that video and found the guy's channel, and he's kind of like a failed like film critic, kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like I find that's the case with a lot of people who say shit like that. Is like a lot of them try to do something similar, but they fail, so they have to not fail, or they're just not successful yet, and they just have to kind of tear other people down.
Yeah, either that or they're having a bad day. Yeah, but a lot of times I look at like people who are just like really vitriolic about the quality of my videos or whatever, and they've tried to make videos, and you watch them, it's just shit. They're shitty videos. I
think it's a shitty cop-out. Like, it is a shitty cop-out, but it's true to be like, well, could you do better? But, like, sometimes it's like, you couldn't do any fucking... Like, I watched, like, Oki, I watched your video, like, the wool one, and, like, to think someone would comment on that and be like, this video is shit.
Half the comments are literally nitpicking shit that I did wrong, or, like... And, like, I was talking about that guy who's like, oh, this is... I watched the first 5 minutes of it. It's crap. That's the wall video. Like, regardless of what you do, people are just going to... there's going to be people who just want to tear you down.
And you think, like, before you guys ever did YouTube, like, I'm assuming you were, like, watchers of YouTube. Like, how often did you realistically comment on a video? And
almost never.
Yeah, me too. Like, and by extension, like, how often did you leave like a comment, like nitpicking some small thing? Like, I never fucking did that. That never even crossed my mind.
I almost never commented on videos before I started making videos, and now pretty much the only time I comment on videos are like on my friends' videos. You know, like I'll go and comment on your channels. Like,
Same here.
Like like just I just comment on my friends' videos to help the videos in the algorithm. You know, I'm like, oh, let me do some more engagement, do what I can to help them out. You know.
To be fair, like
even just like a thing to let them know, like, hey, this is a good video.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like, shows a little public support.
To be fair, like I've always been like a pretty critical person about like shit that I watch, so I do have my opinions, and I think like having opinions about the quality of things, it's valid to have opinions about that, but there are, like what you're describing, there are people who are just they're going out of their way to try and tear you down and to make you feel bad. And you can just sense that.
But at the end of the day, it'll make me feel maybe a little bit down for like 10 seconds.
Is that I don't even look at the comments really anymore. Like I barely look at them,
Yeah, it'll make me feel down for like 10 seconds, and then I get over it. I'm like, it's some random person on the internet, talking shit, and it's like you're not gonna escape people talking shit. And honestly, the more people talking shit to you means the better that you're doing. Honestly,
exactly, yeah,
exactly.
When I started, it was all when I started making videos, everybody was insanely supportive, and I think that's like how most people start. When you start, everybody.
Not me, dude.
Oh, okay. When I started, it was all like, "Oh, you're gonna blow up soon, and you're gonna do this. Oh, and you're great, and blah blah. Oh, this is best content on YouTube." And I see that on a lot of channels that are like.
I mean, I still get those comments. I guess because I'm only at 14,000 subs or whatever. I still get those comments like, "Oh, I thought you had like 200,000 subscribers," and honestly, those comments want to make me just like neck, just be like, like. I haven't made it. I failed, I don't know. Like, those comments actually make me feel worse.
But I also think, like, subscriber counts today are somewhat...
They don't matter.
Arbitrary.
They don't matter.
Yeah, like, it's more about, like, recommended and, getting pushed in the algorithm.
Views.
Like,
yeah.
Like, something that freaks me out is, like, a channel like... I don't know, channels that have huge subscriber counts but barely pull in the fucking
like
views.
1 million subscribers and they get 1,000 views per video.
Yeah, it's so crazy to me. Or even like a channel like, hold on, I just want to double check this, but okay, a channel like Smosh, right? You guys remember?
Yeah.
Smosh. Like, they get on average a couple 100,000 views a video. They have 25 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Like, that is fucking insane.
That
to
makes
me.
sense,
like, that
though,
is just,
right?
Yeah, it definitely does. But it's like, yeah,
you gotta think that like a lot of those people who are sub to them are just like either they moved on or the accounts they don't use those accounts. They're dead accounts.
Yeah, they aged out. That's the thing, is that they aged out. But
I don't think they aged with their audience in a way. Whereas, like, I think a lot of other channels do that. Like, especially channels that have been around for a long time. Like, even stuff like Cold Ones. Like they used to be like that edgy fucking like, vomit cake stuff, but now it's just like a drunken podcast, and I feel like in a way that kind of aged with the audience, especially like my demographic, that aged very well.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Where it's like Smosh, it's like they're still making the same style of videos that were popular like fucking 8 years ago.
Yeah, that's the problem. But isn't like epic rap battles still really big?
Yeah, but that for some reason that I guess. And they post seldomly, right? They don't post like all the time.
Yeah.
And, like I saw with the Joe Biden Donald Trump one, and I was like, oh, this is.
I literally just looked it up, and I was the first.
That
one
was,
that
and I was like, hey, that's all right. It seems like it would be cringy as fuck, but you know what? That wasn't bad. I was.
They're doing their thing.
Really
I have nothing
surprised.
against them. They're doing their thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did Gamer from Mars do a video ranking?
Yeah.
Those,
Yeah.
Or is that a Mandela? Did he actually? Bro, I love that.
No.
I love
that guy is.
I love Gamer. I love it. I genuinely like his videos. I think
they're
he makes
enjoyable.
good videos.
Well, thank you, because that's my paycheck.
They're just your videos.
Anytime I think about the Gamer from Mars, I think about like that tweet about what YouTuber said that word.
Yeah, I was after he put out that tweet, I was like sending him. What was funny was right after he put out that tweet, I Hypocrite put out a video called "Who Cares If I Said the N-Word?" So I just sent him.
That guy is like legit retarded. I Hypocrite. He's like actually a stupid person. Like
I just use tweets sometimes from people who like them that I follow, but I don't follow him. I don't know any.
I heard him like he debated Destiny one time, and before that I was like,
oh, then I want nothing to do with him.
And before
I want nothing to do with anybody who debates online.
And before that, I was just like, okay, this guy's like one of those kind of cringy dudes on Twitter or whatever. But then, like, I saw that him talk to Destiny or debate him, and it's like, dude, this guy's actually stupid. Like, this guy's...
I thought it was just like a gimmick Twitter account for a long time.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I don't really follow a lot of like political. YouTubers.
I know he's super political.
Yeah,
me neither.
I watch like gaming stuff on YouTube. Honestly, if I'm not like, usually like at night, just to kind of help me sort of like turn my brain off to go to sleep, I'll watch like gaming stuff.
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
Yeah.
I'll watch either gaming stuff or like anime stuff. Like I'll watch, there's a lot of anime YouTubers where I'll just like put on their stuff in the background. And it's like kind of just settles me down, you know.
I just like watch like Howard Stern. Like that's like I watch Howard Stern, especially Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I was gonna say just Beetlejuice compilation best.
And like I've listened to
funniest moments,
the same shit like over and over and over again, but I don't get tired of Beetlejuice.
No, it's like for me, it's like with donkey videos. I could watch a donkey video like fucking over and over again, like because they're just so. I don't know. They're very like inoffensive. I find they're really fun.
Have you seen those like Beetlejuice videos where they put like the Oblivion music to?
Oh yeah. Those are the home videos.
Those Oblivion memes are so good. You can put that over like any awkward conversation, and it fits perfectly.
That should be a Ghost Gum video, the Oblivion memes.
Yeah, you should do that.
Maybe it will be.
That would be.
Bro, I have this like fucking schizo thing where like I always come up with ideas for videos at like fucking like 3 a.m. I don't know what it is.
The 3 a.m.
like,
challenge.
I'll be like literally I'll be like half asleep and I'll be like, guys, if I spin a fidget spinner on this thing, you have to smash the like button. And then I'm like, oh, that'll make a good video. Like, let's fucking, I'll write it on my phone. And then like the next morning I'll go like through my phone and like notes I've made, and it's all just like schizo nothing. Like it's just fucking because I'll just like write notes down. I'm like, what the fuck was I getting at? I was like half asleep when I wrote it.
I look back at my notes and just say, I have the same feeling a lot of the times.
I'm the opposite of you guys. I literally have like my videos scheduled ahead, like months ahead.
I have no schedule.
I envy that.
Yeah, unless like another like current film comes up that I say, oh, I should probably cover like a current movie to sort of, I'll get more views generally from current movies and than older films.
Right, like your most popular videos on Parasite, no?
No,
Uncut Gems. Sorry,
Gems.
not
my
Uncut Gems.
My 3 most popular videos are Uncut Gems, Lighthouse, and Parasite.
I think before I
Oh,
sorry, go on.
Oh no, you go, Oki.
Okay, so before I started talking to Kino, that was in my recommendations a lot, the Uncut Gems video.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually found him from the Tarkovsky video after I watched I had rewatched Stalker, and I was just like looking up clips from it, and I found that video, that's Fire and Ice or whatever.
That's one of my like least watched videos. That's
I know. I was just looking up Tarkovsky videos, and that was one that came up, and I was like, oh, this is great. It's like there's no narrative thing. But what I was gonna say is, Kino, I actually showed my dad your I'm Thinking of Ending Things video, which him and myself watched together, and like we did not understand that movie when we first saw it. We're like, what the fuck? This is a weird movie. And then we watched your video on it, and we're like, holy shit, like this makes so much fucking sense now. Like,
I still gotta watch that movie.
I read the book.
I didn't understand that like it was told from kind of his perspective.
Yeah.
Like the guy's perspective. I didn't understand that at all when I first watched it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like,
it's made
I sent it to my dad
read,
and we got him
I
to
read
watch
the
it.
book like years before
Yeah.
that movie came out, and I hated the book. So that when the movie came out, I thought like the twist was so lame.
See, here's
that, like, I
here's
was
the
like,
thing.
I don't even
Loki,
want to watch
is
it.
The movie is not like the book at all in the second half.
Oh, okay, good. Because that
Yeah.
fucking ending of that book, like, I got pissed reading that shit. Like,
No, the ending in the book was terrible. I did not like the ending in the book where it became like a slasher horror thing where he was like, the janitor was like hunting her down. She was running all around the school and hiding and shit. And
then, but it was also like insanely predictable, you know, like just the
Yeah.
whole anytime multiple personality disorders is in a movie, I just like think it's kind of like, oh, this
Yeah,
again.
The first movie I think of, this is a weird one, but the first movie I think of is that M. Night Shyamalan movie, like Split or whatever.
Yeah,
The one,
you know what?
that is a fucking terrible movie.
I actually like that movie. To be honest,
I fucking hated it. I thought it was awful.
That is funny that I actually like that one, but I do hate most stories with multiple personality disorders. But that one, yeah, that one's okay.
You know who supposedly has multiple personality disorder? Is
Kino?
Adam
Oh,
Yeah, Kino. I have a whole different personality when I tweet. It's just
I was gonna say Twitter Kino and YouTube Kino are very different people.
yeah, they're very different people. No, it's Adam Duritz, the lead singer of the Counting Crows.
I actually like Counting Crows. I'm like,
you wanna-
I know it's not very like Kino, but
You want to know a funny story about the Counting Crows?
go.
So I'm from Oakland, California, originally, and my parents both worked at Oakland Children's Hospital. And the attending that was basically the boss of my parents was this kind of country club kind of guy. He was this snooty. My parents didn't really like him. They both said he was an asshole. Anyways, he took a liking to my parents, and he kept inviting them over to his house. And he said his son had like this garage band that was going on, right? Stuff like that. He gave my parents a bunch of tapes of his son's performances, and I guess my parents had briefly met his son and the band and whatever. And but my parents really didn't like him because he was a major asshole. So anyways, so we move away from California, and when we're moving, I mean, I was like a baby then. But when my parents and, the family was moving, they threw away all the tapes. And so we get to Guam. When we're in Guam, listening to the radio, and they say, and now here's the, on, like, the next song is from the group The Counting Crows, and it's the song Mr. Jones. And my parents were like, that's that garage band.
Holy shit. That's like their biggest song,
Yeah.
too. That's like the...
So my parents, worked for Adam Duritz's dad. And he gave him a whole bunch...
That's crazy.
He gave him a whole bunch of their, like, basement tapes and a whole bunch of their, like, garage band recordings and stuff like that. And they just threw it all away because the dad was an asshole.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking crazy. That's so... Yeah, I don't know. I find Counting Crows, like, their early stuff, like their first album is fucking great, and then like the rest of their albums are kind of like meh. Like, they're not bad, but like...
But they did the Shrek song, Accidentally in Love.
That's the greatest song ever.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, have you seen the music video where it's a rabbit who steals some guy's girlfriend?
No.
That's real. I'm not making that up. It's fucking... That's the music video.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know how it relates to anything, but it's like...
I just know that any song associated with Shrek is one of my favorite songs in my book.
Bro, I love that song from... it's called My Beloved Monster, I think is the name, by Eels. It's in the first Shrek movie. It's the part where they have the balloons. They blow the frogs up and it's like it's like that one. It's such a fucking good song, and that's a great band too. Eels is a great band.
Well, and we can't talk about Shrek songs without talking about All Star by Smash Mouth. Last night,
I don't know what that is. No, I'm fucking.
Last night I watched Mystery Men, which
I
is
just that it's so long.
I watched it on Netflix because it was the original song that I guess All Star was like made for or something. Or
yes, you are right about that.
Yeah, and and so they used All Star twice in the movie, and they used like maybe 10 seconds of it for like this training montage scene, and then they used it for the ending credits scene. And I know people were like wondering, why is All Star related to Shrek? Why is it related to Shrek and not to Mystery Men? Because the song was made for Mystery Men, or at least that was the first movie that, it was associated with. And obviously the music video incorporates Mystery Men into it.
Mystery Men bombed, that's why, right?
So, well, I actually, my theory is a little bit different. It's because it was used as the credits song to Mystery Men, and it was used as the opening credits song to Shrek. So when you watch Shrek, the first thing that you hear is All Star by Smash Mouth. And of course, the opening of the movie is going to be the scenes that are the most seen. Because, a lot of, like, you'll go to the theater.
And, like, Shrek has such an iconic opening, too.
Yeah, Shrek is, like, it's like a cultural touchstone. Like, I mean, that movie's huge.
It's a good movie. I like it.
I love Shrek.
I haven't watched it in so long, so like I don't know. Like I
used to watch it on repeat. I had it on VCR as a kid, and I would watch it on repeat. Like I was so fucking obsessed with it. I loved it. I still love it.
You had VCR.
I watched it like a year ago, and I still.
I thought like. Damn, I guess you are 23, right?
Well, yeah.
So, like, you at one point must have had VCR.
Yeah, no. Growing up, we had a DVD player and a VCR, so we had like a mishmash of different like some DVDs and like some were just like VCRs, like from my grandparents, that didn't watch them.
I was about to like be like, I'm such a boomer. I remember seeing Mystery Men on TV. It's like, oh, you guys we're still using VCRs, so there you go. Okay, I feel less old. Yeah. I feel like less of an old man.
I remember the first time I heard All Star by Smash Mouth was before Shrek released. And it was my first time at Disney World. My family went down to Disney World. It must have been 5 years old. And I turned on like the TV in the hotel and I put on like, it was like MTV or something like that. And the All-Star music video was playing. So I'm very nostalgic for that song, even apart from it being like associated with Shrek and it being a meme. It's just weird to think. I was thinking about this last night, that I was nostalgic for something way before it became a meme, and then it was kind of weird when it became a meme.
You're a hipster.
Yeah, I'm a hipster, I guess. I was a 5-year-old hipster.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, I liked 9 Inch Nails before they were a band.
There you go.
Downward Spiral.
And there's just one guy, but still.
Yeah, I wonder why, Emp, you would think...
Why'd it get banned? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, Emp got banned off of Twitter. You didn't see... So he sent me the thing, like, saying why he got banned, and it was in his first tweet that said, like, if you have over 10K posts but under 100 subs, you should be put on either a suicide watch list or a terror watch list.
Oh, I saw that tweet. Yeah, it was a good fucking tweet. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
That's why he got banned.
It's such fucking horseshit. I mean, like, I'm assuming it's because of the suicide thing, right?
I think
they probably spun it for him to be like, oh, it's encouraging,
Yeah, they said it was him encouraging suicide, which obviously it's not.
It's such bullshit.
It's just
such bullshit.
Him making fun of people who constantly tweet, aka me. It was obviously.
I don't understand like people who like they have 5 followers and they're tweet like who are you tweeting to? Like, why are you tweeting?
I don't understand people I don't understand people who watch fucking who have Twitter accounts who don't use it to like.
Yeah, exactly. I never used Twitter before. Like, I made a Twitter when I hit like account. 16K on YouTube. Like,
I think I did a similar thing, like where I hit a certain number on YouTube, and I was like, all right, like I guess I'll just make a Twitter to kind of like network a bit. Yeah. And for that, it's been great. Like that's how I met you guys, was like through Twitter.
Yeah, that's how I met. Like, any YouTuber I know is also through Twitter.
Yeah, but like I know that's the reason why I barely follow anyone on Twitter, is because so much shit on there just fucking pisses me off. Like I'll see some shit and I'm like, why the fuck am I? Like, it just makes me upset. It's like Reddit. Like they're both honestly just as bad. That's why I never go on Reddit unless I'm like looking for.
Like so I was using Reddit. I used to use Reddit and like 4chan mostly, and then I started using Twitter, and now like I guess like I like the. There's a certain section of Twitter, like Doomer Twitter, that I really enjoy. And I go on Reddit, and like especially like the front page of Reddit, if you go on it without an account and you don't curate your subreddits, then it is like it's doggo, my grandpa.
That's
wholesome,
a cute pupper.
Yeah, it's like, and it's just like they're stuck in 2012. Of this kind of
or they're stuck in like 2016. They're like still talking about Trump. It's like, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? It's fucking 2021. Like,
it's current year, guys.
It's really it's really annoying. Going on Reddit especially without an account. Like I still go on it because there are there are subreddits on Reddit that make it worth it, but as long as
there are some great subreddits, but like I find once certain subreddits hit a certain size,
then they go to shit.
They go to shit. Like the only one I can think of, like I don't even know. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to spoil it. Like but it's like a meme subreddit that got quite big, and I still go on it. I'm like, it's fucking hilarious. Like I still love it.
The best subreddits are R sex, R gone wild, R nude.
Porn in 15 seconds.
Honestly, no, porn in 15 seconds is pretty good. Actually.
It's fucking great. I go. That's where I go so often.
Yeah, that's not a bad one. Yeah, no. Jab in 15 seconds, by the way, as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
R watch people die. R fat people hate.
I used to go on actually watch people die.
I think all those got banned. No?
That got I used to.
I remember seeing some shit on there in like university. Some guy in my dorm was like, "Yo, go like, bro, check this out." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." And I looked at it, and it was just like fucking. I can't do that shit. Like it was a video of some guy driving like a logging truck, and he stopped the truck too quickly, and all the logs like flanged forward and just crushed him. And I was like, why the fuck am I watching this? Like, why the fuck would someone tell me to watch this?
I don't know why, but I guess like I got a lot of edge. No, but really, in all honesty though, like I do find it kind of fascinating. Like just watching. Yeah, people die, I guess.
I've heard it explained as like it's kind of sobering. Like you watch it and you're like, oh fuck, like I could just I should be more careful. Like I mean I've had that before where I was like walking and I just wasn't paying attention. I almost got hit by a fucking car. I don't even remember what I was doing, and like I was like, holy shit, I could have just been fucking like destroyed, like by that fucking car. It's just like I guess maybe in that sense I kind of get it, but other than that, it doesn't.
I was actually more disturbed by the comments on that subreddit than the actual like.
I never read.
The comments were always like, "You stupid bitch, you deserved it. You walked into traffic. You dumb bitch. You're wearing earphones." Like
it's all like 13-year-olds trying to.
All just sociopathic or people were like, 13-year-old edgelords, and it was just like.
Well, yeah. I get those comments on my videos sometimes because I think people just assume that I don't fucking know. Like they'll leave comments and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Like someone will. I can't even think of one now, but something that's like just the edgiest shit you've ever seen. I'm like, bro, like. You sound like you're fucking 14. Like it's so fucking lame.
Yeah, the kids really do show themselves. One of the go to Argon Wild and then read the comments, and it's the cringe.
I know what Argon Wild is, but I've never read.
Cringiest. If you want to like have a good cringe sesh,
Oh, that's true.
Just go there and read the comments. It's honestly it's
Hey,
too
love.
much for me.
Hey, love emojis, heart face,
Oh,
God.
God.
Kissy face.
No, for
Will
me,
you sit on my face,
I don't know.
please? Like,
I don't know why this is worse for me, but like on like porn subreddits, like porn in 15 seconds, like where the comments are some shit like I don't know, like it'll be like making some joke about the plot, like, well, I guess he didn't see that coming, like winky face. I'm like, oh, like shut up.
that is like the most Reddit shit.
That's worse for me.
Yeah.
I find that's worse than like desperate guys. It's like people trying to be funny.
Yeah.
It's just painfully unfunny.
So the last question of the podcast, we're getting to 2 hours now. It looks like.
Oh
we're
god
almost at
damn!
2
I didn't
hours.
even realize. Well,
It'll be a lot of people can fall asleep to this.
yeah, it's a chill
Yeah.
cast. KinoKast. Oh, KinoKast.
Yeah, I mean the KinoKast is a chill cast. We're just here.
Listen. You can't spell Kino without Oki.
There you go.
Yeah, look, we're
That should be your new intro
so we're just.
when you introduce Oki.
We're just here to sort of, we're just here to fill that parasocial relationship, right? Just like in Perfect Blue, right? Just like in Perfect Blue. We're just here to fill that parasocial relationship. You put us on, you're listening to us talk while you're falling asleep. I mean, that's the perfect way to enjoy a podcast. Or you're on a road trip and you're driving alone and you want to feel like you're not driving alone. You put on the KinoKast, and it's just us, it's just a group of friends talking to each other about a bunch of random shit. We sometimes talk about a movie, I guess. But yeah, so the last question of the night is, what this movie was, or this question is a little bit too broad, I think, in my opinion. But the question is, what do you think about Denis Villeneuve?
He's alright.
I like his stuff. I think I haven't seen a lot. I've always seen Blade Runner, like the new one, or the newer one, and I saw Polytechnique.
I gotta watch that. That's
It's a good fucking movie.
It's a
It's about like
school
the Montreal massacre.
Yeah.
Like the guy who just like killed a bunch of girls. It's a really it's like I don't know. It's really fucking good. I liked it a lot.
I actually think Prisoners.
And I also
sorry, go on.
Yeah, Prisoners was the other one. I was just gonna say those are the three I've seen. But I like it I like all those movies. So
I like Prisoners and Enemy like far more than Sicario. Oh, I also really like Arrival. I think that's great. I don't like Incendies that much.
oh
actually.
fuck! I forgot he did Arrival. I actually forgot that was him. Yeah, no, I liked Arrival.
I liked Arrival too. I was gonna say that my favorite. I'm gonna contrast with Oki here. My favorite is Sicario. I love Sicario.
I gotta rewatch it to be
haven't
honest.
seen
Like
it.
when I saw it in theaters, I was like, it was okay, but maybe it's way better on upon rewatch.
I've seen it a few times. I really liked it. And also, it's just that I've been to El Paso several times. And, when you're out in El Paso, you can see Juarez from it. And I don't know, like for me, a movie about the border, and, and things like that, it helps to have been there. Like I used to live in Texas. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was it hit a little bit closer to home also because of that. So I really love Sicario, but Prisoners is probably one of my other favorites of
Prisoners.
Villeneuve.
So good.
Yeah.
I really like that movie.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love that movie.
And the ending to it where they play Codex by Radiohead, that was such a good...
Bro, Radiohead. Just fucking put Radiohead in any movie and I'll fucking watch it. I fucking love Radiohead.
Me too, dude. Yeah, they played Codex by Radiohead.
We're allowed to spoil. Okay, but
hit.
people, I'm gonna spoil something real quick here. If you watch the movie, the 1980s, I think it's a French-Belgian movie called The Vanishing. You'll realize where Prisoners pretty much got its ending from, but Prisoners great. Actually, it's probably better than The Vanishing, to be honest. Like just as like a tight, solid film.
Yeah. And it's got just like really great performances by Hugh Jackman, Paul Dano, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Like,
Paul Dano's
guys.
really good at getting beat up. He's really good at playing a pathetic character who gets beat up.
Yeah, and he was kind of like a slow guy, like the village idiot sort of guy in Prisoners, but there's this like idea that he could be behind this evil, and no, it was just done so well, and Hugh Jackman with his character having full rage, and everything like that. I really liked Prisoners. I saw it in theaters, and then I saw it a few times afterwards. It was a movie that I was able to watch more than once, so obviously I liked it.
I gotta rewatch Incendies, because like I remember watching that and just thinking, wow, this isn't very good. It was like, I don't know, that was probably like the movie, Denis Villeneuve movie that I disliked the most. But yeah, I've only seen it once though.
My hot take is that I'm not a huge fan of Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, neither am I. But I'm not a huge fan of either
loved it.
Like Blade Runner movie, to be honest.
I watched the first Blade Runner movie, like I was way too fucking high when I watched it, and I just couldn't follow anything that was happening. And then like on weed, it's legal here, by the way. But I fucking couldn't follow anything, and then I went and rewatched it. And I was like, oh no, that was a pretty good movie. And then I love the newer one with the Ryan Gosling.
I feel like both of those movies are like, I keep saying this, but like those are other movies that I respect and appreciate more than I actually enjoy them.
That's fair. Like there are movies like that I have too, that it's like, okay, I appreciate the movie, and I like what goes into it, but I'm just not a fan of. I'm trying to think of some right now. Like I'm just gonna pull up my letterbox right now because I can't think.
I guess for me it would be Perfect Blue. This one is just to keep
tie it all together.
I do like Perfect Blue. Just to be fair, I do. I especially upon rewatch, I enjoyed it. It's just it's all right.
We're definitely revoking your weeb card, dude.
Yeah, bro. You ask Oki, what's her favorite anime? He says like Sword Art Online.
Oh, dude, no, it's like
One Piece.
Fuck, I don't even know what my favorite anime is. I was about to make a joke. It'd be like Lucky Star or some fucking shit where it's just like fucking Moblobs drinking tea or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Boku no Pico.
Boku no Pico. Yeah, Pico is like, that's the shit, dude. Actually, I think it's
fucking.
Oh, go on. Yeah, sorry.
You know that thing you do where like someone leaves a comment on your video that they're like, they leave some mean comment or whatever, and like you go check their channel. We talked about that before, but like I did that, and some guy, and his like channel was his whole channel was dedicated to Boku no Pico. That was his entire fucking channel. Was just talking about it and like.
Oh, that's what.
It was like a serious channel.
Oh, is that a serious channel? I thought it was just like.
It wasn't a joke. It was like a serious. I don't, because I thought it was only a meme anime, but apparently it has actual fans who, probably should be in prison. I don't know.
Yeah. I did that to one of those like commenters that like left this like kind of nasty comment, and it turned out he was a Nazbol, and then I was like, oh, he's just stupid. He's like, okay, all right, I understand.
So
now.
Nick Fuentes is he's commenting on your videos, huh?
No, this guy was even way more extreme than Nick Fuentes.
Actually, now that I think about probably my favorite anime is like either Beck or Welcome to the NHK. I think those are like, or like Cowboy Bebop.
I've only seen Beck, and I really liked Beck. I thought it was really good.
I rewatched it recently, and so when I was a kid, I was like obsessed with it. I still really, really, really like it a lot. But the only thing about that thing, even though like I still think it's like probably one of my favorite animes, right? It's just, they needed more songs in the thing.
There are some things like songs can make an anime. Like Gintama is like one of my favorite animes. I like started watching it a while ago, but it's just so fucking long, and it just has this killer soundtrack that I'm like, oh, it makes me like it so much more.
Yeah, I never was able to get into Gintama. What were you saying?
What are some good animes that have like really pretty waifus in it because that's all I really care about at this point.
Okay, so what you gotta look up is how can my little sister be so cute?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Kill La Kill.
Kill la Kill is good, actually. Kill la Kill is really fun.
I thought like the first 12 episodes or so were great, and then the second half I was like, I don't care about any of this.
I thought you're right. You're kind of I kind of agree there.
The first if it ended at 12 episodes, it'd be like, yeah, that's a fucking great anime. But then like the end of it, I just didn't really give a shit.
So let's start wrapping this up. Let's start wrapping this up.
So hype. Sorry. All right, go on.
Let's start wrapping this up because obviously the last hour I would say has been a little bit off topic, but again, that's the nature of a conversation. We're just feeding into this parasocial relationship with all of you. So I hope that now you guys think that you know us. You know exactly who we are. You know where I go and get my groceries. You know exactly what kind of milk I get. You know what I get to feed my fish. Just like in Perfect Blue. I mean, just think about it. We are just creating a situation to be just like Mima. And I'm thankful for it, as long as you subscribe to our Patreons. Ghost Scum has a Patreon, so does Oki, and so do I.
To be honest, you can probably subscribe to my Patreon, listen to me on this podcast, and it'd still bully you. So,
and you can also subscribe to this channel. If you made it this far, please subscribe to this channel. And Ghost Scum obviously has a YouTube channel as well. I mean, of the same name, Ghost Gum. You might recognize him as being Sneed from Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Chuck's.
Yeah, not Ghost Cum as many people are so hilariously point out in the comments.
If you go, he says that, and he says it sarcastically. But the thing is that if you go to his videos and you say Ghost Gum, more like Ghost Cum, you might end up getting a heart from Ghost Gum.
Listen, if someone goes onto my newest video, which is posted today, is like time of recording, and types, I made it to the end of the KinoKast, I will give them a heart and comment to them saying something funny.
See, guys, we will enable this parasocial relationship if you've made it this far.
Just please don't stalk me, please. I wouldn't.
Yeah, so we all have our channels. I'll link Ghost Gum's channel down below in a pinned comment and in the description. Same with Oki's, same with mine. And Ghost Gum, thank you for coming on and talking to us for the last 2 hours. What a lot of people don't know is that we actually tried recording this a couple times before
this is our third time actually, but no, man, thanks for having me on, dude. This was a blast. This is a lot of fun. I like
it was a fun podcast. Of course, thank you, Oki, for co-hosting.
Well, thank you for making the Kino podcast, the KinoKast.
Even if you had the wrong opinion on Perfect Blue and you give it a 3.7 out of 10,
schmoes.
And you called Pokemon fans pedos.
Yeah,
look,
exactly.
Look,
and then
I
proceed.
gotta tell you something. If you're an adult and you still like Pokemon, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? I don't know what to tell you. All right. And Perfect Blue, it's all right.
Look,
no, it's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Ghost Gum on this one.
I think it's very good actually, but like at the same time, like I don't know. I don't even know what. If I was to give it, I'm going to just go with the rating thing, even though we said we were not going to do the rating. Like, I would give it, I don't know, like a 7 out of 10, something like that.
My Gengar could totally beat you up.
It's not real!
Is that where we end it?
It's not real. It doesn't exist.
All right. Look, projections can be real. That's what Perfect Blue also teaches us. So, my Gengar can beat you up. Also, Chris Chan said that OCs exist in real life. Sonichu exists.
Isn't that guy an actual pedophile?
We're opening up a whole fucking can of worms here. That's trying to close it up.
That's something else entirely. Okay, we're not even going to go down that route. All right, thanks everyone for coming on. We're not talking about Christian anymore. We are wrapping up this video, and I will see you all in the next KinoKast episode.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.